It is the 13th of January, time for another global storm outlook. It is midwinter, deep winter for the Northern Hemisphere, and we're going to be looking at a couple of snow events in North America and Europe, as well as a developing possible tropical system in the West Pacific, and some other stuff. In the last outlook, we were looking at a potential snow event for Virginia and DC, and that is now actually occurring. This is the event happening right now, and it's already brought a ton of snow from Missouri and various other Midwestern states. The problem is it doesn't seem to be moving very quickly, and this is the weather map for 18 UTC on Sunday, with the blues being snow. And if we move forward, you see it just sort of sits there and dumps more snow before gradually petering out. So it looks like an extended period of snow for Virginia and DC, and this looks like fairly significant disruption. This is the GFS view, and there is the snow line. This is all the snow in blue, and that's Virginia, and DC's in there somewhere. So let's see how it steps through, and going forward, see it sitting there and then continuing to snow, and that's 0 UTC Monday, and then moves off. Now on the other side in California, there's quite a bit of rain coming in and snow for the Rockies, and then a big system coming in on Thursday by the looks of things, and that looks like the center is moving into Seattle, Vancouver area. The cold and snowy conditions in Europe, Eastern Europe, and in the Alps are continuing to cause lots of problems, and that's what it looked like in the previous outlook. And we can see here that there have been some skiers that have been killed, and these are actually 24 deaths have been linked to weather events in the last month in Europe. And I'm sorry to say that things are not going to get better. In fact, for the Alps in particular, things are going to get worse with more snow. And this is the situation 12 UTC today. And you can see there's more snow falling in the Alps. And as we move forward, it gets heavier. This evening, overnight, there's more and more snow in the Alps, and then it clears a bit by Tuesday. That is a significant amount of snowfall, so more very dangerous avalanche conditions in the Alps. The other thing that is very notable is that as the system moves down into the Mediterranean, it moves through and into Turkey. Turkey is here, and you'll see it dump a lot of snow in Turkey. That is on Tuesday and Wednesday. So that looks like a significant dump of snow across the entire country, in country's interior, at least, where it usually snows. Currently, the images from the Terra NASA MODIS satellite is just coming in for Europe, and you can see a lot of cloud and snow over the Alps there. There's also snow down visible in Italy, but the most spectacular thing is Greece over here. Now all of this is cloud around the edges and then the ocean, but this is snow in the mountains. And look up in the north of Greece, lots of snow in the mountains. So for what is known as a lovely summer getaway, it is currently quite extensively snow covered in the mountains in Greece. The Europe cold blast has also brought snow to some regions of northern Africa, and this is actually an image of the northern coast of Algeria, and the Mediterranean Sea is up here. And if you look just inland to Sétif, through the clouds, which are all of this stuff, you'll see that actually there's quite a decent blanket of snow which has fallen in these northern blasts. Jumping down to the south of Africa, this is South Africa, and there is Cape Town on the left. And over here, this is a Sentinel-2 satellite image which actually shows the thermal signature, and you can see fires with this. And I'm going to zoom into this box. If you look carefully, you'll see some orange bits. And jumping forward, this is a zoomed in version. You can actually see fires ongoing just north of Betty's Bay, Silver Sands and Pringle Bay. So fires in the hills in that region. This was a few days ago. Moving over to where I live in Sapporo, which is here, and there's been a really impressive snow event on Friday, which was very localized, actually coming into the bay. But the thing I want to point out here is, well, for one thing, amazingly clear over the island. Beautiful view today. It's very rare to get such a, well, pretty rare to get such a cloud-free view. But in the north, coming down, is the sea ice. This is all sea ice coming down, and it is just now reaching the north coast of Hokkaido by the looks of things. So this is actually a tourist attraction, and I'm hoping to go check it out later. By the way, going back to the previous outlook where there was that giant double bombing low pressure system, well, that thing has thrown a ton of big waves towards Hawaii, and those are arriving currently. And you can see the surf forecast here, 30 to 40 foot waves tonight. So this is sort of Jaws and Waimea action. In fact, 40 feet tends to close out Waimea, doesn't it? Anyway, that is some serious surf. Let's take a look at Australia. In Australia, in the Northern Territory, there is a lot of thunderstorms associated with some kind of monsoonal disturbance. Those look like they're moving off into the ocean there. By the way, on this satellite loop, which is available for free on the Bureau of Meteorology's website, this is lightning frequency in colors. So these little bits are lightning thunderstorm activity, and all through Western Australia there too. And this is the forecast for Adelaide. It's pretty much identical to the last outlook as far as I can tell, with very hot days on Monday, even hotter on Tuesday, 41 Celsius, and 40 on Wednesday, before cooling off a little bit. Taking a quick look at South America, and yet again, Argentina, tons of thunderstorms. And this time a little bit further to the north, although the disturbance and rain and thunderstorms are going to move up towards the north. But these blobs are the lightning. So let's wrap this up by looking at the global forecast. This is from the GFS, and the most notable thing I would say is this disturbance, which was in the previous, could see in the previous outlook, but looks more significant now. It actually almost approaches the Philippines. It's some kind of tropical system, probably tropical storm. And the conditions are favorable in this region. I've just checked, and the sea surface temperatures are warm. There's good outflow, low wind shear. So that looks like a tropical system over the next several days developing. So let's just quickly have a look at that in a little more detail. This is the region to watch approaching the Philippines, and this is the GFS model. We'll look at this first, and then the ECMWF model to compare. So moving forward, the system is down here and it intensifies and then approaches the Philippines. That's a tropical storm, at least, and then it turns and does a crazy turn to the right. So that's the GFS. It does have a tendency to over-intensify storms, but let's have a look at the ECMWF to compare. Here is the ECMWF, the European model, and it also shows a less intense as expected system that moves in to the southern Philippines makes landfall, and that is Sunday, so next Sunday, and moves up and then also does that sharp turn, but you can see how it's less strong than the global forecasting system model. Overall, I would tend to split the difference and say let's go for tropical storm developing as it approaches the Philippines, and that will be perhaps late in the week. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, and hopefully you'll join for the next storm outlook, which will maybe be in a couple of days, 2 or 3 days from now.